Oh, I'm so sorry, Prince, that you have to share a roof with me. Don't you think we should just try and get along? Hey guys, DB Rai here, and welcome to this What If, where I am continuing What If Zarbon Turned Good? This would be part 3. And I know a lot of people have been wanting me to continue this, and I do apologize for the very late delay. Yeah, I have no excuse. Now, bottom line is, without further ado, here is part 3, and continuing right where we left off. Ever since the destruction of planet Namek and Lord Frieza and Goku off on Yardrat somewhere, being healed and learning instant transmission, and well, Vegeta, of course, leaving the planet to go find Goku, it's been, well, quite a peaceful life for Zarbon as of late. Being to basically live peacefully at Capsule Corp, having some sparring sessions with Yamcha, who's also currently living there, and of course, Zarbon's modeling and movie career going off without a hitch. Oh yes, Zarbon has become the biggest thing to hit cinemas since Pumpet. Zarbon not only able to do action roles, but thanks to his second form, he can also do horror movies. So yes, Zarbon is making quite a bit of zenny these days, enough that he's actually able to afford rent to Bulma for letting him stay there, unlike a certain Yamcha we know of. And well, with occasional visits from Gohan and Krillin, Zarbon is able to keep up his sparring sessions, and has actually managed to raise his power a little bit somewhat to what it was during the Frieza arc anyway, which was pretty high enough. I mean, he did survive a battle with the Galactic Emperor. Anyways, all that is about to change when suddenly Vegeta comes crashing down. Pretty much the year has gone by since Kakarot disappeared, and when Vegeta gets off the ship, he is disgusted by the sight of Zarbon. What? What is this foul beast doing here? Vegeta, of course, referring to Zarbon. Oh my, is the prince having another tantrum? Ha. We'll see about that! Ha! Vegeta basically attacks Zarbon right there on the spot. However, to Vegeta's surprise, Zarbon basically manages to speed around behind him, grabbed him by his spiky dark hair, swirling him around and then slamming him on the concrete. Bulma, coming out of the house, very angry. What is going on here? Boys, stop that at once. You are both guests in my home. You don't behave like this. Oh, I'm sorry, Bulma, but Vegeta started it. That doesn't surprise me in the least. Ha! Alright, fine, woman. Vegeta basically backing down, but he's not liking that he's got to share Capsule Corp with Zarbon. Sharing it with Yamcha is bad enough. And Yamcha also wanting to pick a fight with Vegeta after he heard the commotion. What did I just say? I said cut it out! But Bulma, how can we let this guy stay here? Zarbon I can understand, at least he helped us out. Vegeta's like, well, you're ready to do something about it, Yamcha. I'll be waiting. And well, with that, Bulma basically drags Vegeta off and makes him take a shower, much like he does in the original. And of course, Vegeta is wearing his iconic Batman pink shirt. Everyone laughing at him, and especially Zarbon. I don't know, Vegeta. That look kinda suits you. Just one more word, Zarbon. One more! And well, this is when suddenly Vegeta and Zarbon's face turn from, somewhat comfortable to in absolute terror, because they have sensed that not only Lord Frieza is in orbit heading for the planet and is still alive, but King Cold has joined him as well. What? No! I thought Goku took care of him! Kakarot, you botched the job! And it looks like King Cold's with him. Zarbon, having some bad flashbacks of not only his servitude towards Frieza, but some of his bad memories he had with King Cold. Zarbon is, well, more or less cowering a little bit. He thought this was over. This time of his life was done. And now they're coming to destroy him. Perhaps he made a mistake joining the good guys after all. But no. No time for regret, Zarbon. Zarbon made his bed and he's got to sleep in it. Zarbon is able to regain his composure. And well, looks like it's up to us to maintain this peace. And well, with Krillin giving Gohan the heads up, everyone is on their way to basically confront Frieza, and basically they're all sitting down and having to approach on foot to try and stop Frieza. However, that's not going to work this time. Zarbon hasn't yet figured out how to hide his energy. He has tried it, and a few sparring sessions are just not quite enough to really pick up how to pull off that trick. Like, that being said, Vegeta could pick it up, but Zarbon is not a Saiyan. He can't adapt to a different planet, a different way on how they do things, like a Saiyan can. Zarbon does have the potential to make himself stronger, and probably freakishly stronger, but yeah, when it comes to learning to sense energy, it's going to come a lot harder for him. So his power level is sticking out like you wouldn't believe. I know that power level anywhere. It would seem that Zarbon the traitor is here. Leave it to a weakling to side with other weaklings. Zarbon, you don't say. Yes, I remember you telling me how he's betrayed us. Bring him before me immediately. I wish to have some words with him before we end his miserable life. Still, I don't understand why we don't just blow up the planet, Frieza. Please, Father, do not deny me at my revenge. I'm going to leave that monkey Goku a home to come back to. It just won't be the one he knew. And well, of course they get detection that Goku is indeed approaching pretty quickly, and pretty much Frieza has sent his battalion of men after Zarbon immediately. Frieza and King Cold also flying to join the fray. After all, we can't take the chance that Frieza's men might botch this up. And well, especially with Vegeta there, because after all, Frieza does know Vegeta is alive and well. So yeah, good idea for them to tag along, and they do indeed manage to find the Dragon Team there, and Zarbon not willing to go quietly. But yeah, there's pretty much an all-out fight happening between Frieza's men and the Dragon Team, who are pretty much being annihilated by them. And, well, but DB right, where's Future Trunks in all this? Shouldn't he be there fixing things up? Well, yes, he has indeed now arrived, and he has surprisingly gotten to the fray, getting rid of the remainder of Frieza's forces, and declaring to Frieza and King Cold that he's a Super Saiyan, much like he does in the original, and he pretty much turns into a Super Saiyan, and we pretty much know how that whole thing plays out, with King Cold and Frieza's demise. He's looking around, of course, scanning the Dragon Team. He sees Gohan, Bulma, and Vegeta standing there. After all, Bulma and Vegeta being his parents, and Gohan being the one who trained him, he's just happy to see him. He pretty much recognizes everyone else from photos and things that he's seen in his timeline. However, he doesn't recognize Zarbon, because this Trunks does come from the pocket universe that we all know and love. So, there was no Zarbon in his time. Zarbon was killed by Vegeta on planet Namek in his timeline. And well, with that, he informs them that Goku's going to land in a couple hours and that they should wait there with him. Vegeta, of course, demanding answers. How can you be a Super Saiyan? Me and Kakarot are the only two pure Saiyans here. And well, Trunks basically somewhat doing his best to ignore him. After all, he can't reveal too much information, otherwise he could risk, him not being born in this timeline. And, well, just like he said, the 2 hours are up, and Goku does indeed land, and, he's just glad to see his family and friends there, even glad to see Vegeta and Zarbon there. After all, like I said, Zarbon was a big help during the Namek arc. And, well, like in the original, Trunks, talks to Goku alone. They have their little sparring session, Trunks gauging Goku's power, and that it's possible that with Goku around that he might be able to prevent the oncoming threat that is about to knock on their door in 3 years' time, warning them about the androids, the horror that he has to face, and the fact that Goku is not meant to survive to even get a chance to fight these really strong androids. And Goku is bummed out about that, but don't you worry, Goku, Trunks has the medication for you. Take 2 and call me in the morning. And, well, with that said, and Trunks revealing to Goku who his parents are, and everything else, Trunks basically takes his leave like he does in the original, and Goku basically has to break the news to everyone. Doesn't know where to start, so Piccolo, of course, chimes in like the original, and basically, they have 3 years to prepare for this threat. Ha! Well, don't you worry about that, Kakarot. If you kill over and die, I will happily deal with the android threat. Ha! 3 years' time, I'll be a Super Saiyan in 1. And, well... And, well, Bulma, of course, makes the suggestion that we should just find Jiro's lab and just take him out before he can build him. And Zarbon actually agrees with this plan. Actually, it's probably not a bad idea. That's one way to guarantee peace. Ha! Zarbon, you know we Saiyans don't do anything cowardly like that. Cowardly? Was that bravery, or... Was that bravery throughout the years when you were cowering at Frieza's knee, just like I was? Shut up! And with that, pretty much everyone takes off their leave and begins training. And pretty much the training goes down pretty much like it does in the original. The only difference is that, reluctantly, Vegeta and Zarbon agreed to train in the Grav Chamber together and spar and get stronger together. Vegeta more concerned on himself, making himself stronger, but he's just more thrilling at the fact that he gets to use Zarbon as a punching bag. And, well, believe it or not, the constant punishment that Vegeta is putting Zarbon through, and Zarbon, putting him through, they are able to take advantage of Vegeta's Zenkai, and that does begin to be quite a bit of a power gap between the two, but Zarbon is basically closing it inch by inch. Just his race's potential of getting stronger too. Now, they don't get Zenkai boosts like the Saiyans do, but they do. But he can get relatively, potentially a lot strong, just training in the gravity chamber like a Saiyan, and as well as just having a body that's also suited for battle, just not quite in the same way that a Saiyan is. And so, relatively, you could imagine that Vegeta is actually going to be stronger in this timeline than he is in the original. And this is just his base form we're talking about. Vegeta's base form at the moment, he'd be as strong as his Super Saiyan form from the original timeline at this point of the story. And well, much like you would imagine, Vegeta decides to keep up his training alone, going into space like he does. And Zarbon basically just doing using the leftover time of his sparring to spar with Yamcha. He did promise Yamcha he'd train with him too. In fact, Yamcha and Zarbon are quite good buddies. Zarbon would always go to Yamcha's baseball games. He was quite intrigued with the sport. Pretty much the only one out of the Dragon team that was intrigued by the sport. In fact, sometimes they would have one-on-one games with each other. After all, as fast as Yamcha and Zarbon are, faster than beyond human limitations, they could play all positions of baseball, no problem. So that's quite amusing. Like when Sonic played baseball in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, but there's two of them on opposite sides. So I guess it worked out better. Alright, so more or less the 3 years come and go, and it's time to confront the androids. And the Dragon team are all assembled on top of the mountainside, just awaiting for any presence of the androids. And of course, after Yajirobe handing them their sensu beans and Goku able to guess the name of Bulma's young little baby, Trunks, and that Vegeta's the father, and Goku having to keep his mouth shut about how he actually knows that fact, basically, the explosion goes off, Shiro's car's destroyed, and the androids are now in the city, and of course the startling realization that they can't sense their energies. They're androids. They didn't even consider the possibility they couldn't sense their energies. And well, Zarbon and Yamcha actually search together in this story, while everyone else is searching other areas of the city in order to find them. And well, they do, just like in the original, Yamcha is the unfortunate soul to actually run into the androids, but luckily he's got Zarbon with him this time. And well, dudes, you gotta be careful. There are some androids around here. 20 and 19 sort of looking at Yamcha, a bit of a smirk on their face. And Zarbon, who has since learned how to sense energy, all those sessions with Vegeta and Yamcha actually finally paying off. He picks up how to sense energy and lower his power level like the rest of them. He realizes he can't sense any energy coming from these two at all. Get back, Yamcha! These are the androids! Zarbon launching into action and managing to get a surprising shot in Android 19. And basically, this is where the other ones basically, the rest of the Dragon team sense the rest of the commotion and assemble right there on the spot. And I think that's where we're going to be leaving things for the time being. So what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this story, this pile of what if? And I do apologize for the amount of noise recording out here. Unfortunately, there was just no choice. But I still hope you managed to enjoy this story nonetheless, and I will see you guys again next time. Alright? I'll catch you later.